Imagine waking up tomorrow to find that nearly every digital service you use has suddenly stopped working. Social media platforms are offline, streaming services refuse to load, online banking stops responding, and airports, delivery companies, and smart devices begin experiencing major disruptions. It would seem like a global cyber attack or a massive internet outage. But what if the real reason was the disappearance of a single operating system? That operating system is Linux, and despite staying out of the spotlight, it has quietly become one of the most important technologies powering the modern world. Unlike Windows or macOS, Linux rarely gets attention from everyday users because it usually works behind the scenes. It doesn't dominate desktop computers or television advertisements, yet it powers much of the world's digital infrastructure. From websites and cloud servers to smartphones and smart devices, Linux has become the invisible foundation of modern technology. If Linux suddenly disappeared, the internet and countless digital services would face unprecedented disruption. The story of Linux began in 1991 when Finnish computer science student Linus Torvalds started developing a new operating system kernel as a personal project. What began as an experiment quickly attracted programmers from around the world who wanted to improve and expand it. Because Linux was released as open-source software, anyone could study its code, modify it, and contribute improvements. This collaborative approach transformed a simple student project into one of the most influential software ecosystems ever created. One of Linux's greatest strengths is its incredible flexibility. Unlike many operating systems designed for a specific purpose, Linux can be customized to run on almost any type of hardware. It powers everything from tiny embedded chips inside everyday electronics to enormous supercomputers capable of performing trillions of calculations every second. This ability to adapt has allowed Linux to spread across industries that require different levels of performance, reliability, and customization. Perhaps the biggest reason Linux became so dominant is its role in running the internet. Every time you visit a website, stream a video, send an email, or use an online application, there's a strong chance Linux is working behind the scenes. Most web servers across the world rely on Linux because it is stable, efficient, and capable of running continuously for months or even years without interruption. For businesses that depend on reliable online services, Linux has become the operating system of choice. The rise of cloud computing made Linux even more important. Modern cloud platforms consist of massive data centers containing thousands of servers working together to deliver online storage, business software, streaming services, and artificial intelligence applications. Linux became the preferred operating system for these servers because it scales efficiently while maintaining excellent performance. Every photo uploaded, every online meeting, and every cloud-based application depends on Linux in some way. Many people don't realize they already use Linux every day through their smartphones. Android, the world's most popular mobile operating system, is built on the Linux kernel. That means billions of smartphones rely on Linux technology every time users browse the web, watch videos, use GPS navigation, send messages, or make digital payments. Even though most Android users never think about Linux, it powers nearly every feature they use throughout the day. Linux also powers many of the smart devices found inside modern homes. Smart TVs, wireless routers, security cameras, streaming devices, smart speakers, and home automation systems frequently rely on Linux because manufacturers can customize it for their hardware without paying expensive licensing fees. As the Internet of Things continues to expand, Linux has become the preferred operating system for millions of connected devices that quietly work in the background. Transportation has also embraced Linux in remarkable ways. Modern vehicles contain sophisticated computer systems responsible for navigation, infotainment, diagnostics, and various electronic controls. Many automobile manufacturers use Linux-based platforms because they are reliable and highly customizable. Beyond personal vehicles, Linux also appears in trains, aviation systems, logistics networks, and traffic management systems, making transportation smarter and more efficient. The financial industry depends heavily on Linux as well. Banks, payment processors, stock exchanges, and financial institutions handle millions of transactions every day, requiring systems that are both secure and reliable. Linux provides the stability and performance needed for these demanding environments. Every time someone transfers money, pays with a credit card, or checks an online bank account, Linux is often working behind the scenes to process those transactions safely and efficiently. Scientific research has benefited enormously from Linux's flexibility and performance. Universities, research laboratories, and scientific organizations rely on Linux for complex simulations, climate modeling, medical research, genome analysis, and artificial intelligence development. Researchers appreciate Linux because they can customize it for highly specialized computing tasks, making it an essential tool for some of the world's most important scientific discoveries. Nowhere is Linux's dominance more obvious than in the world of supercomputing. Virtually every one of the world's fastest supercomputers runs Linux. These machines solve incredibly complex problems, involving medicine, engineering, weather forecasting, space exploration, and national security. Linux's ability to be optimized for maximum performance has made it the standard operating system for the most powerful computers ever built. Artificial intelligence has further strengthened Linux's position in the technology industry. Training modern AI models requires enormous clusters of powerful computers working together. Linux has become the preferred platform because it supports high-performance computing, advanced development tools, and efficient resource management. As AI continues transforming industries around the world, Linux remains at the heart of the infrastructure making these breakthroughs possible. A major reason for Linux's long-term success is its open-source philosophy. Instead of being controlled by a single company, Linux is developed by thousands of contributors worldwide. Developers constantly improve the software, fix security issues, and introduce new features. This global collaboration allows Linux to evolve rapidly while remaining independent of any one corporation, making it one of the most resilient software projects in history. Security has also played a significant role in Linux's popularity. Because its source code is publicly available, developers and security researchers around the world continuously inspect it for vulnerabilities. Problems are often identified and resolved quickly, helping organizations maintain secure and reliable systems. Although no operating system is perfect, Linux has earned a strong reputation for protecting mission-critical infrastructure. Another important advantage is cost. Since Linux is open source, organizations can often use it without paying expensive licensing fees associated with proprietary operating systems. This allows companies to invest more money in hardware, innovation, and technical support rather than software licenses. From startups to multinational corporations, Linux provides enterprise-level performance while reducing operating costs. Software developers also love Linux because it offers powerful programming tools, automation features, and exceptional flexibility. Many modern programming languages, development frameworks, and cloud technologies are designed with Linux in mind. As software continues driving innovation across every industry, Linux remains one of the most popular environments for building and deploying applications around the world. Modern technologies such as containers and cloud-native applications have expanded Linux's influence even further. Platforms like Docker and Kubernetes rely heavily on Linux technologies to package, deploy, and manage applications efficiently across different environments. These innovations have transformed how software is developed and distributed, placing Linux at the center of today's cloud computing revolution. Despite powering so much of the world's technology, Linux remains largely invisible to everyday users. Most people never install a Linux desktop operating system, yet they interact with Linux-powered systems every single day without realizing it. Whether watching online videos, shopping online, using social media, or accessing cloud storage, Linux silently keeps these services running around the clock. Even many of the world's largest technology companies actively contribute to Linux development. Businesses that once viewed open-source software as competition now rely on Linux for their own products and services. This widespread industry support has strengthened Linux even further, ensuring it continues evolving to meet the demands of modern computing while remaining one of the most trusted operating systems ever created. Looking ahead, Linux is positioned to become even more important. Emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, edge computing, autonomous vehicles, robotics, smart cities, and next-generation cloud platforms all depend on flexible and reliable operating systems. Linux's adaptability allows it to evolve alongside these innovations, making it likely to remain the backbone of future technological progress. Linux's journey is unlike almost any other success story in technology. It didn't become dominant because of expensive advertising or aggressive marketing. Instead, it earned its place through reliability, collaboration, innovation, and the dedication of millions of developers worldwide. Today, Linux powers the internet, smartphones, cloud computing, financial systems, scientific research, transportation, smart devices, and artificial intelligence. While most people never notice it, Linux has quietly become the invisible engine of the digital age. The modern world depends on it every single day, proving that sometimes the most powerful technologies are the ones working silently behind the scenes.